Well, hello everybody and welcome to the Lynn Life. Well, it's time. It's time to do a review on my Masterbuilt electric smoker that I've had now for a few weeks. So, let's get going. My name is Jonathan and I'm a caregiver for my wife Lynn, who has a permanent brain injury. Things are a bit different now, but we're doing the best that we can. Join us as we experience the Lynn Life. So first I want to tell you what I got here. It's a Masterbuilt Digital Electric Smoker. It's the 30-inch variety. It's black and it does not have glass doors. I choose not to have the glass doors. And I bought it on Amazon. It was $237, but I bought it with the leg extension kit. And if you buy it with that, it's $282. And I believe, first of all, that is worth it. I believe it's very worth to have that leg extension. But if you, of course, maybe you have a place to set it. It does have little pegs that it sits on without that extension kit. But I like it this way. So $282, under $300 on Amazon with the leg extension, and I thought that was a pretty good price. Now, I had been considering or wanting to get a smoker for many years, especially in the spring. Every spring I say, well, this is the year I should get a smoker, and because I love smoked meats and vegetables. So does my son, and Lynn's all right with it as well. She doesn't mind it. She doesn't have any problem eating it at all. So every year I consider doing that. And never did I really consider getting an electric smoker. I always considered getting a charcoal, possibly a propane, but more along the side of like a charcoal type smoker. I thought that might be better. But then this year I decided it was the year that I was actually going to go out and do it. And I started looking at all the statistics, and I started looking at the fact that, well, I talked to other people as well, and I came to the conclusion that an electric is going to offer me a more consistent heat and be much easier to use. So I did my research on electric smokers. This one came up, it had good reviews, and I liked the price. So I did it. That's kind of the way I work. It's in the back of my mind for years, and then finally I decide this is the year. I do a little research and I do it. I just jump on it, and that's what I did. So far I've been happy. So I want to go through the features that we have. I'm actually going to be cooking something on it today. I'm going to be cooking some 2 racks of baby back ribs, because it's also my son's birthday and he loves barbecue and he loves ribs. So I figured this is a perfect opportunity to do a review of the smoker now that I think this is the 5th time I've used it now. So now I feel like I know what I'm doing. I'm pretty confident and I know how it works pretty well. So I think I can give you an honest review. Alright, so I'm going to start by opening it up here. Now, I've been using this, so you can see some of it is a little bit sticky. I don't necessarily clean that, but I do clean everything else. And it comes with a bunch of racks, and I'm just noticing that a bunch of racks are actually still in the shed. And I've got to put those in yet for the ribs. But it comes with 4 racks. This is one of them right here. They slip in and out very easily. Put this one on. This is what you put your either water, you could put apple juice, you can put a variety of different things in there if you want. I usually just put water, and that keeps things moist, slips in there. These things all come out easily. I wash these, you can put them in the dishwasher, that's fine. And here's your grip pin, okay, and I put that in the dishwasher as well. These are the things that you clean every time. This is your smoke pan. This is for your chips. There's still chips in it from the last time that I shot, or last time we cooked. What do we cooked? Chicken wings, I think it was the last time. So I'll dump those out and I'll put some new chips in it here when we get ready to fire it up shortly. Another feature that I really liked is this wood tray that comes out. Now while it's hot, while it's smoking, you can add more wood chips in without having to open up the door, which causes it a lot of heat to escape. So I can put them, just put them right in here. You took it, twist it, and they dump into that wood tray I just showed you. And putting hickory chips in here. I just kind of do it by eye. A couple more. That should do it. Okay, I'm going to put the chips in. There we go. I'm going to start up the smoker now. Now, the one criticism I definitely have for this particular smoker is the angle of this, the digital control unit here. Because if it's sunny, it's tough to see the readout that's right here. So you have to kind of shade it. But, so I'm going to, first you gotta turn it on. Okay, and then I'm going to have to set it for 225 degrees for the ribs. So I hit this thermostat button here, and I could start adjusting. Keep it pressed, it goes faster. 40, 50, 60, 70, 200 to 2. Oh, I'm at 230. $225. Now another thing that I like is I got this. This is a Thermo Pro TP930. It has 4 probes, and it costs $59 on Amazon. And I really love this thing. So I'm kind of doing 2 reviews, I guess, in a sense. So right now I have 1 probe in there, and it's showing 95 degrees, 96 degrees, and I can view this on my phone as well. There's an app so I can view it on my phone. So I don't have to be here right at the smoker, and this is a lot easier to view as well. And I could also add 3 more probes and put them right in the meat. But I haven't put any meat in here yet because I'm just heating it up. And now we wait for the temperature to get to 225. I already have the ribs inside. I put a dry rub on them. Just to tell you, this isn't a video about the recipe, but Masterbuilt does have a lot of recipes. On Masterbuilt.com, they have a section for recipes, and there's a lot of them. And I'm actually using one of those today for the smoked baby back ribs. And these particular ribs, I put a dry rub on them first. I'm going to cook them for 3 hours at 225. Then I'm going to remove them from the smoker, close the smoker back up. I'm going to cover them in barbecue sauce because that's the way Justin likes them. And now I'm going to wrap them in aluminum foil and put them back in the smoker for another hour and a half. So it's a total of 4.5 hours cooking, and they should be nice and tender. We've also removed the membrane on the back of the ribs as well, and they should be good and tender. The first thing I ever cooked was some ribs, and they were delicious. So I expect these to be good too. But we didn't put barbecue sauce on them. We dipped them in barbecue sauce, but Justin suggested this, and since this is his birthday meal, he gets whatever he wants. So should be good. Sorry we're fighting over the birds in the background that are very loud. I think it's a blue jay or something yelling at me back there. We have lots of birds. Another thing I wanted to mention is that if you've been following us for a while, is we got a new fire pit. We haven't even tried it out yet. Maybe we may try it out tonight. And Justin and I did this, and we got new pavers put down. It's an extension off of our patio, so we have a nice place to put the smoker now when we use it. I do not keep the smoker out all the time. I put it in the shed. I only bring it out when I use it. And you can see some of the footage of Justin cutting the sod out, and we put it in. Came out good. Pretty happy with it, and looking forward to having our first fire. Okay, we've reached our temperature. I'm going to put the ribs in. Ooh. Smoke's coming out. I'm going to set this on top. That makes sense. Get it in here. I'll put a rack on top. Put another rack in. As I mentioned, I got a nice dry rub on these. Push this back. Get it on an angle. There we go. And the other thing I'm going to do is add a little water to my my pan here. There is a level. Alright, right there. Perfect. I'll close her up. There we go. Now I get to sit for a little while and smell the hickory smoke coming from the smoker, which smells great. I'm using Mr. Barbecue hickory smoking wood chips. That's what I have now. Don't seem to use up a whole lot each time. I'm actually going to look into getting some other types of wood chips, maybe apple or mesquite and some other different types of stuff. So gives it a little bit different flavor. Now I got a monitor. I'm going to show you my app on my phone. I'm going to click on the Thermo Pro app right now and show you that the temperature is going back up. The temperature was 225 or even a little higher than that, and then it when I opened up the door, it goes down, and I added water, and that brings it down, and then it slowly starts going back up again. So another thing that that happens sometimes is if the ribs or something start to drip on the Thermo Pro probe, that will lower the temperature a bit too. But overall, it'll get higher. I'll have to check and see what the actual temperature that's coming off the digital readout of the smoker is actually saying. This one is actually saying it's going down a little bit, so it's probably because something's dripping on it or something like that. Let's see, 215. So that's coming up to 215. The other one is in the 180s. What did I say? 184, and it's coming up. So there's probably something dripping on the probe that's below it. This one's a little higher. It's on the side, so they're fine as long as they're going up. That's another reason, or the reason, why I decided to go with the electric smoker. Is because how do you keep controlling that temperature? How do you keep it constant? I know the pros that work in these big, huge smokers, they know how to do it. They're doing it all the time. But for an amateur like myself, who just enjoys smoking meat once a week, maybe, I think this is the way to go, for home use. And in my experience before, you know, so far, this is my 5th time, and the 4 previous attempts, everything's come out fine. You know, I've smoked chicken breast a couple times. One time I actually cooked 10 large chicken breasts in there for an actual function that I was doing at my Masonic Lodge, and worked out really well. It was on Cinco de Mayo, and I smoked chicken breast, and we shredded it all up. We used them on tacos. It was a hit. It came out really good. And so for ease of use, I recommend an electric smoker. So far I've really enjoyed this, and it works the way it's supposed to. So if you're thinking about it, consider a Masterbuilt. Now I've got to go in and make some cornbread for Justin's dinner. So we're having the baby back ribs, cornbread, and some sauteed string beans. That's our meal. Oh, and I made him a cake. I started that right after breakfast this morning. I started baking him a cake. It's a 2-layer cake, chocolate cake. It's a chocolate Oreo cake with whipped cream frosting. It's all done. It's in the refrigerator. So that's done. And now I just got to whip up some cornbread. I'm actually making that from a boxed mix, so that's easy peasy. And sauteed green beans a little later on. That's easy too. So should be good. I've noticed that there isn't as much smoke coming out of the top, so I'm going to add some pellets now. It's a good opportunity to show you how this can be done without having to open up the door on the front of the smoker. So I'm going to twist this, pull this right out. And careful not to touch it. I mean, it is hot. So I'm going to just add some chips. That. Here. Should do it. Just stick them in. There we go. And you turn, there's an arrow there. Turn it, and that should do it. A little while after you add those chips, temperature goes up. So you're going to see that, so it's alright. You know, it's only for a little while, and then the temperature sort of stabilizes again. I didn't mention earlier, I meant to mention this because I took a picture of it. When I was making the cake today, it required crunching up a whole bag of Oreos, and Lynn did that. Lynn was the Oreo cruncher. It's a picture of her. She enjoyed it. She was happy that she was able to participate in making Justin's birthday cake. Okay, it's been 3 hours, so I'm going to take the ribs out. We're going to coat them. We're going to coat the ribs in sauce. In. These smell fantastic. And then I have to reset this for an hour and a half. Alright, this is it. This is it. Pull them out. Yep. timer is beeping. Look, that rabbit's right there. It's our friend the rabbit. It's right here. Was he here the whole time we were?
Until it was beeping.
Not afraid of us. That's Elvis, everybody. Meet Elvis. Our friendly rabbit. Sorry, Elvis, we're eating pork, not rabbit. Fine with you. Okay, here we go. Close this back up for now. I'm gonna shut this off. Okay. Well, dinner is over. Brought it in. We loved it. The ribs were extremely tender. And Lynn cleaned her plate. She thoroughly loved it. We haven't had cake yet. But that smoker over here did a great job. Again, this is the 5th time. I like the ease of use. I like the price. You know, under $300 with the stand that you see there. I like the way it works, and I don't have to keep checking or adjusting things for the temperature. So like Justin said today, he says, geez, we haven't had this very long and we've used it quite a bit. That's a good sign right there if you're going to use it. But the Thermo Pro, and I didn't really talk a whole lot about it, that's the Bluetooth cooking thermometer that I use. That works very well too, and that could be used for other things too. I could use it on the grill, I could use it my oven even, things like that. I would say the only critique I'd have with that is once I'm inside, the app on my phone has a tendency to lose connection and it starts beeping at me, so I shut the alarm off. But you know, certain parts of the house it might lose Bluetooth connection with the little unit outside. On the patio and stuff you don't. So, but the ribs were delicious. So I've used it 5 times and it's been successful all 5 times. So if you have any questions, you know, there's probably things I've forgotten to tell you about. If you have any questions, just put it in the comments. I'd be happy to answer them. So if you're really considering buying a smoker or anything like that, yeah, just ask, you know. I'm not an expert. Masterbuilt is not paying me for this review at all. But it's just something that I wanted, and this is what I bought. And I thought it might be helpful for you out there to let you know, what I think of it if you're considering buying one. So, I think that's about it. And we'll see you next time on the Lynn Line.